Hi everyone, my name is Eric Gutierrez. You can just call me TheBitPlayer. Um, should I look at the camera or here? Not sure what would be better. Hi everyone, my name is Eric Gutierrez, and you can just call me TheBitPlayer. What was my line again? Hi everyone, my name is... Oh god, is it hot in here or something? Alright, one more time. Breathe. Hi everyone, my name is Eric Gutierrez, but you can just call me TheBitPlayer. This is my first ever video on YouTube. One of the things you're going to see on this channel, like any other YouTuber that plays video games, is of course like top 10s, video game reviews, some original stuff that I'll just come up with every now and then. Videos with my own personality. Hopefully you like it. For today I want to talk about a game with a character I really love. The game is called Prinny, Can I Really Be a Hero on PSP. It's a sequel for one of my favorite series, is Gaia. Not a sequel, a spin-off series. So let's jump right into the review. First thing I want to talk about is the story. The story takes place in the Netherworld, where you play as what I think is the funniest thing ever, the Prinny. Or 1,000 of them, to be exact. Prinnies are souls of humans that have committed sins and are reincarnated as Prinnies and sentenced to work as slaves until their sins have been forgiven, and then they'll be able to reincarnate again. The Prinnies, as you can see, look like penguins with pirate-like stubs and bats' wings on their back. My personal favorite thing about them is that every time they talk, they finish their sentence with dude.
Oh crap, dude! You gotta hurry, dude! Here we go, dude!
Hurry up and get to her room, dude!
You're the hero, dude! Gotta have smarts, dude!
The Prinnies you play as work for a cruel demon lord named Edna, a main character in the series, that for the worst story plot device I have seen, she is mad that her ultra dessert is missing, and that's where our story takes place. Tasked with the mission of getting the ultra dessert, they have 12 hours before morning, or else...
If you don't, you're all getting the axe! Literally!
So the 1,000 Prinnies head off. The next thing I want to talk about is the overworld. The overworld isn't big, and doesn't have much to offer at the beginning. You do get to unlock more by collecting orbs from the mission, but there's something more important that you need to do here, and that is collecting the torn letters. And you can get them from jumping over platforms in the overworld in between stages you play. At first they aren't difficult to get, but as you collect more, the platform difficulty does increase, and the last torn letter is just really difficult. Your platforming skills have to be on point, and even with that, it's going to take you many tries. But you will need to collect all 10 in order for you to unlock another part of the story. But be warned, you have to collect this before you go off in every mission and after every mission. If not, you won't be able to collect all 10. Or you can just use the passcode to unlock it. You can check the internet for that. One of my favorite things about the stage select is that you got the option to choose the order in which you want to play the first few levels. Now, depending on how much time is remaining, the whole gameplay experience changes. From the difficulty of the level to the layout of the stages, even the bosses you face changes. So even though the backgrounds of the levels still look the same, it's an entire new level, which to me adds more amount of replayability for the first few levels. The rest of the levels don't really change. The stages can be challenging, with many enemies around having the platform at the same time, And that is one of the most difficult things about the game, because you will die a lot before getting to the boss. You'll feel overwhelmed with the amount of enemies there on the screen, and this is the most difficult part of the game because you are going to feel overwhelmed with so many enemies. It's a good thing that the game has many checkpoints in between, and it doesn't hurt that you have 1,000 lives. The controls of the Prinny are pretty simple. You get a double jump for platforming and 3 forms of attack. A ground pound to stun the enemies, which becomes really useful during the boss fights, and an attack that can only be performed on the ground, which is a close range attack with 2 swords, and an air slash range attack that can only be done in the air. Now the way you actually move is different from what you're kinda used to with 2D platforming. The best way I can compare it to is Castlevania on the NES, where when you jump, you have to commit. The music's pretty great in this game, and it also has a good variety in music. You have some that to me are relaxing, as well as some upbeat music that's pretty catchy. Some that just perfectly fit in with the other Disgaea songs, and then you have some hard rock songs that really just pump you up for the challenge ahead. And it motivates you to keep going even after so many failures. It's almost like you can be the hero. Now for the difficulty. There are 2 difficulty settings in the game. There's standard mode and then there's Hell's Finest, which I personally like to call Hell's Finest, as you're kinda insane for trying it out. I've tried playing through this difficulty, but this is all you saw.
I'm finished!
I'm gonna eat ya!
Finished! Yeah! I'm finished!
Both play out the same with no real gameplay changes except for how many times you can get hit. In standard mode you can get hit up to 4 times until you die, but in Hell's Finest you only get 1 hit before you die and have to start back. This in no way makes the game cheap, because every enemy you see has a pattern, and as long as you know their pattern you can avoid getting hit. Still, doesn't make it easy, especially when the game likes to have a bunch of enemies on the screen that they want to knock you off the little platform you're standing on. And that does make it difficult, because if you played Castlevania, you pretty much know what happens when you get hit. The bosses in this game are challenging, but fun to fight at the same time. Some of the bosses are characters from the Disgaea series, as well as new ones. The bosses are pretty challenging and different from each other. Some of them are fun to fight, and there's just some that are just frustrating, especially the final boss. In the end, Prinny Can't Really Be Your Hero is a good game. You will die a lot, and you will get frustrated out of it, but in no way is it cheap. You will get a sense of satisfaction beating a game, or even just making it to the boss. That's how I felt every time. You will get many hours of enjoyment and frustration. As you can see, I'm pushing the frustration part. It is a challenge, and if you want an even bigger challenge, you know, there's Hell's Finest, and the best way I can describe it to you is what's Hell's Finest. So if you have a PSP and you see the game, you haven't played it, check it out. You'll like it. I recommend it. I know the game has a sequel, Prinny 2, Dawn Operation Panties. I haven't played it yet, but we'll save that for some other time. Well, that's it for today, guys. You know, if you like the video, like it, rate it. If you want to leave a comment or suggestions for the videos or any future videos, you know, leave them in the box below. I'm happy to read them. Please subscribe and share with any of your friends. If you want to follow me on any social media, I'll put the links somewhere here, and maybe future videos somewhere here. I'll try to upload as fast as I can, as much as I can. You know, stay tuned. And thank you for your time, guys. That's it.